Hi.
My name is Roberto Tejada, and I am an astrophysicist.
Astrophysics is just the laws of physics applied to the heavens. It trained itself. We are looking at data, and this is data from a telescope. We would call them sky surveys. And sky surveys are basically observations that telescopes take. So the telescopes are like scanning the night sky. There are hundreds of millions of objects out there. So because there are millions of objects, we can't just by ourselves go through each thing. So we need to train like coding algorithms to do it.
When people think of an astronomer, they think of like a person at a telescope sitting in the middle of the night and like maybe looking through the telescope at all these objects. Now, astronomy is done not even at the telescope. It's done, from a place like this. Some telescopes you can even just use your own laptop. So a lot of my friends, we're just like sitting in bed using the telescope, and then as soon as we're done, we go right to bed.
The goal of the project is to find new low-mass stars and brown dwarfs. For reference, our sun is a G-type star, and what we are looking for are actually M-type stars and anything that is below that range. For most of my teenagehood and childhood, I grew up in Minnesota. It's mostly white people. So and by mostly, I mean a vast majority. The environment was such that we always felt like we were the outsiders. So we were always like the kids who spoke Spanish. We were always like the kids who were the foreigners. In my chemistry and physics classes in early high school, I didn't really feel like I was competent or smart enough to actually do this. So actually, in my early years of high school, I wanted to go into the military, and I wanted to be a fighter pilot. It wasn't until high school, it wasn't until I came back here to LA that I said I wanted to be a physicist or an astrophysicist. My dad left my mom when I was like 6 years old maybe. So I mostly grew up with my mom. So we came to LA. My mom was under such circumstance that she could no longer stay in the United States, so she had to go back to El Salvador. So, especially because I'm a DACA student, I can't just leave the country and go see her or anything like that. I needed something to sort of distract myself. So what was I doing? I was watching documentaries the whole time. I was downloading books because I just had nothing to do. So I sort of immersed myself in the world of science fiction and physics. Could you imagine being a kid maybe 30 years from now? 30 or 40, I'm jealous of the kids that are babies right now, because maybe by that time we'll know that there is life in one of the moons of Saturn. They'll be looking at this picture and the equivalent of National Geographic, and then they'll say, wow, there is life there. That sort of deep curiosity is what impacted me the most. There's something appealing about it being mysterious, but the other component of its appeal, it's that you can't reach it, and you probably never will. So it's this sort of tragic romance that I realized as a young teenager, that you're probably never gonna see this. Maybe that feeling will be accentuated and heightened with someone growing up in the 2030s. Yeah.